All right, what's good, everybody? I want to run you guys through the one L that I took today, chilling right about here. I took two trades, one break even, one L. Second trade was chilling right about here. I say we just run through these, bro. Both are completely fine setups in my opinion. We just took an L on the day, de-risk, so really not a hit, still green on the week, and yeah, so definitely just hop in. Coming into the day, super bullish, right? Pretty bullish on the day, but it doesn't mean we can't take a short, right? So what am I looking at, right? Open the market, we immediately have an SMT placed in right here at these lows. This is to me is a really clear bullish model, right? Because if we took on the bigger time frame, we just came down, swept this major sell side, right? So we could continue the bigger time frame, but keep in mind that while we just swept the bigger time frame sell side, we're bearish in the bigger time frame, and then in the overnight we're getting a push higher. Combine that push higher with the sweep of the sell side, plus a potential TGIF setup where it's thank God it's Friday. The entire week we have been pushing lower every single day. Monday opens high, low, and now our new week wants to continue, and or the end of our week wants to continue and kind of finish out this week as a doji candle. As you look what we did, we literally went both sides in this week, so pretty crazy, right? That's what we want to do, no problem. So now coming back, using all of that, we can kind of craft a bit of a bullish bias on open, right? Another reason is because if we just check, right, this is a lot of, NQ is really clean in my opinion. We have a ton of generated liquidity. We come down, SMT placed in. That is such a clean bearish setup. Bullish setup, two SMTs get placed in here. One on these two lows and then one on these two right here. If we check ES, doing the exact same thing, looking really sweet, right? So now checking this out on open, all I'm looking for to take a long is going to be changing the state inverse. It just goes too fast, and I really didn't think there was a good high quality entry that I could have wanted to put some risk behind, right? The thing that I was looking at on ES was maybe taking something off of, this change in the state with just a looser stop like this in case we want to manipulate it once again and just taking it this high. This ends up playing, right? But bro, even on the 15 or 30-second chart, this is barcode back and forth right here. So it's really not clean. Changes right here. I mean, technically, yes, it plays. The read was perfect. It was obvious. But the pump it went too fast, and there wasn't a good 1 minute or even 30-second confirmation. So for me, I just didn't want to take that, right? But after that, why do I look into shorts, right? I'll tell you guys a couple reasons why. We see NQ, the second it takes this high, right? So let's roll back, right? ES takes us high, and from there, we start kind of coming back into this big imbalance right here, back into OTE of this bigger range right here, right? But I'm not really holding that to the most importance. What I'm holding to the most importance is this internal time frame and two things on it, right? Number one, the second we start getting above these highs, we start chopping and generating liquidity. And number two is before that, we place in a really big 5 minute, right? So two things can happen here, right? This can be once NQ wants to either put in an SMT at this high or take it, and then we can sell off. We can sell off and take all of this generated liquidity, and then we can rebound to the 5 minute fair value gap, right? That provides great context for this move right here, where our internal time frame is somewhat aligned, our bigger time frame is completely aligned, right? Our bigger time frame, and then we just waiting for our smaller time frames to be aligned, right? So that gives us a reason that we might want to see price rebalance back to this gap, but from there, why should we go lower? There's a good chance that we go lower for a couple of different reasons, right? Number one, we have this fair value gap, which I think we did rebalance to it, right? We do have equilibrium in the range below us, but another thing is we have midnight open, right? So we might want to come down, spark a really big sell-off that decides to kind of continue throughout the slow PM session. And another reason is that we have this really nice 930 candle, right? Which around this original 930 consolidation is a point that I might want to see the market pull back to, especially as we run these 5 minute fair value gaps, right? So this is my game plan, right? I'm looking at NQ and I'm saying we just swept buy side. If we want to start running lower now, I don't mind taking a position like this, right? Where once I get a change in the state in inverse, I get a really nice confirmation here. I'm going to look to market order in with a tighter stop, and I'm going to look to trade this down to this right here and go break even here. From there, I'm going to be letting this run to here, right? That's a trade I don't mind taking, and I thought this was a crazy sweet setup. I'm completely fine taking this trade. If you check this today, I thought this was good. So I want to check something out. Did we place in an SMT after this? Yeah, we did. And then it still doesn't sell off. So we're just kind of dealing with some inefficient action today, right? Market was kind of back and forth, but overall we wanted to be bullish, right? But what makes me take these two trades, and why didn't I take this initial trade? I don't hop into this because, bro, I'm literally chilling in class. We got out at 9:53. We switched classes, bro. I'm telling my homie, I'm like, yo, if we start selling right here, I don't mind taking a short. I'm going to get to my next class, see what happens. We'll probably have an entry opportunity. I walk to my next class, and on the way there, I open my phone, and we're already right here, bro. We're right here, and I'm like, all right, bro, missed my entry, bro. It's game, whatever it is, bro. So I place a fast turtle soup limit right here with a stop like this in case we want to play into this, and this never gets tapped, right? So no problem, bro. We just missed the entry on this initial move, but if you hop in here, I think this is definitely a point to either go break even or take profits because we're going break even at that 5 minute, right? Where price can either hold that, come stop us out of break even, or it can run it and we can make some bread, right? So what price ends up doing is running the fair value gap, but still holding something down here, right? What did it hold? I have no clue, but it holds it, right? So at this point, our information, right, around here in price action, information is showing us, okay, we are still bearish, right? Really good. We get a run higher. This becomes manipulation. From here, what we do is place in an inverse fair value gap, and then we start to sell. This is a potential continuation model. Why is that? Because we've now made a stop rate right here. This is turtle soup right here. That gives any continuation opportunity that we take a much higher chance of actually playing out. I want to check, did we pull back to equilibrium here? Oh, maybe. I think if we did, it would be within the tick. So, I mean, it is what it is, right? But we barely just pull back, tap equilibrium, maybe to the tick, who knows? And then we also rebalance to another 5-minute fair value gap right here, and we hold this fair value gap. So, like right here, pull back in, and we hold that, right? Looks really clean. Let's see price continue lower. So now we need to wait for our 1-minute confirmation. I get an inverse fair value gap, and I get a change in the state. How is now my precaution for trading this, right? I'm going to look to get involved with the change in the state, and I'm going to look to go break even the second we take this low right here, because once we take this low, right here is my break even. Once we take this low, our internal model is now completely unprotected. Now we can get stopped out, and then price can run without us. It doesn't matter, right? I don't know what price wants to do. So at that point, I have to go break even. And then I'm looking to run this to here and maybe even equilibrium, probably like this, what I would end up taking, right? So this ends up tapping my break even point, instantly stopping me out. $0 lost, no problem. I'm still looking for a reentry. Why is that? This is still completely valid because price is simply now just pulling back to go ahead and make another turtle soup. And then if we see more confirmation, we can take an even better opportunity now that we're all the way back into OTE, all of those things, right? Because pretty much, let me draw an OTE for you guys, right? Watch how we're filling OTE really nicely and rejecting from there. What I'm seeing right here is that all of this plus the running of this 5-minute fair value gap has confirmed to me a really good chance that we are now going to be bearish and play this out as a sell model down to this low. So with that really good chance, I say, hey, I want to see what the market presents me in this continuous sell side leg lower to see where can I competitively insert myself with a safe stop that will allow me to take some bread, right? So once again, the precaution here was the exact same game plan. I'm going to go break even once we take this initial low, and then we'll look to run this out to somewhere down here, right? To maybe the sell side or right here, equilibrium of the range, whatever it ends up being, right? This is what I'm looking at taking. Take this, $300 in, de-risk a little bit because of conditions, and I'll show you guys why. But end up getting graped on the setup, and we lose 300. Hop off the charts after that, no problem, right? Why do I think this doesn't play out? I think there's a couple reasons why, but I think the biggest one is to check out the difference between NQ and ES, right? Both of these, we end up taking this low right here, so there's no problem. But on ES, we are clearly holding this area. So we're not making an inverse fair value gap on ES, but we're making it inverse on NQ. What is that showing me? A bit of discorrelation, and I might want to sit out. The internal price action at the time, though, was definitely showing bearishness in the 1 minute, right? We see this becomes really nice, clean turtle soup, displacement lower. It looks really sweet. Took this trade. Literally, I don't have a problem with this loss today. I'm completely fine with this, bro. I think this was just one of those times where we are definitely like, this was a good trade. It's when you can take these good setups and not be mad that you lost. That's showing a lot of growth as a trader for whoever it is, right? So, bro, right here, this is the setup. I'm completely fine taking this loss. Yeah, no problem. I was looking for something to just continue delivering us lower. We didn't end up getting it, hopped off the charts, no problem, right? At the end of the day, I think this is a setup that I would continuously take every time it presents itself. I think it was way too textbook to not take with, I think, the just how clear we were that we were selling on the 15-minute especially and the 5-minute on NQ. I thought this had a lot of potential. Looked like a really, really nice setup. I really like the candle displacement on the 1 minute. Everything was sweet here. Only issue, which is the one thing that's kind of holding us back here, is how we're holding this 5-minute. Bro, my bird will not shut up, y'all. How we're holding this 5-minute here was the only issue here, but At the end of the day, bro, it's a Friday. Hop off. Let's not beat ourselves up. Let's not work too hard on the weekend, hurt ourselves, hold ourselves back, all those good things, right? So definitely let you guys go. Hope you guys can learn a little bit about how I take losses, how I look at them, how I view them, and why taking losses that you are comfortable journaling. That one rule has helped me a lot. Only take the loss if you know you're going to be fine journaling this shit after, bro. Don't beat yourself up and don't take all these L's being like, in the moment, think like, if I take this L, or if I take this trade, it's an L, am I going to be fine journaling, or am I just going to be like, bro, that was a stupid misstep. I'm not even journaling that shit. Like, no, I'm completely fine taking this trade. I think this was great. And because of that, I'm happy to journal it, bro. That's the mindset that we all have to walk into our journals and our trades with. So that pretty much was go. And I'll catch y'all later. Hope y'all enjoyed the video, and peace.